Zekken now moving forward, getting a little bit of information, wants to play off that Prowler, which does get the connection. All of Yard is now under the control of Sentinels. You can see Grubinho fast on the rotate though. 4 GX players posted up.
Some stall here. You'll notice, of course, westside is tucked there over by Pocket. And for now, Sentinels slow things down, but they are at a clock wire with the drift across the map by Flickless.
Gold cover going to go down backside, westside. 2 on the anchor from elbow.
Big opening here. Sentinels realize they're priced into this at this point. With westside out of the picture now, they're going to have to commit, but a paranoia is going to slow them up in further, and this has brought time for Flickless now to turn up in A main. Sentinels have decided they've rattled sabers enough here on this A side of the map, and they're slowly pulling out.
This B site is entirely vacant with Flickless pushing through B main. It allowed all of GX to rotate over to A, post up with the entire team. But now, trade-off, Sen are going to get that free plant on the B side. But you have to favor left. GX being able to take this retake down. It's just going to come down to competent trades in this 4 versus 3.
Zen can still set up here and at least take a tower position. Naturally, an 08 will post up in elbow. They're concerned about a Rappy coming from spawn side, but all of GX now have announced themselves, and that's Grubinho. Not solo, they're at top mid. Flickless not able to take a trade though, and Zekken from that tower spot. That Ghost is starting to sing out. A lot of good damage. Ara knocked down to 15. Zekken able to slide across now, but it's Flickless who's exploring the site itself, and GX lock it down. Position, but might even... I thought about reposting towards it. The gate crash set up here. Flickless, though, is down. That's a pick over towards top mid. He just goes for an exploration, and Bang was holding the line already.
And look at GX at the top of the map. They're now concerned about some of the gaps that are open, but Sen have just been biding their time, waiting to get into this A site, which is now totally devoid of any anchors.
Also, great presence in A main still for Sentinels here. An off angle by John. And they'll be able to drift over. This puts GX in a bit of an awkward spot. Grubinho has been so dependable in this controller role. Will have to find a way in himself here.
Cover going out.
Look over towards Pocket. That is at least going to eliminate that as an option. And also let GX start to get into the side itself. Zekken waiting. Prowler, though, eaten up. Close range. He's going to relay bot to try and get the space. He's low down to 45. The paranoia here comes on through. Westside and Cloud look to step up. Zekken will be first up and last out, apparently. And Grubinho hasn't really been able to move from this position at all. Sentinels following him out.
Multiple players here. Prowler going through, but Bang, crucial kill.
I'm able to use the paper mache walls to his favor, though. Takes Bang down now. Wants to try and challenge mid off the flash. Not much to be seen there, but Flickless is able to take care of Zellsis. And that's the control of the B side of the map secured.
And this is GX saying you're not going to be taking mid for free. What an adjustment from Aura. A gate crash if it does need to escape, but wow, actually just pops it as a fake immediately that he's gotten back out towards that B-side link, but he's staying posted up.
Here's that proactivity on defense for GX, but this time puts him right in crosshairs. Ara at least is able to respond, again emerging from that top mid spot. He's already had 3 kills in the round, locking mid down, causing that spike to go loose, and leaving it all up to Zekken.
Those remaining Sen players, numbers dwindling away because they just have too many angles to cover.
A double face here is easy to put together. Zekken has to expect that, yeah. Either Ara or Flickless. You know, Zellsis lurks. Mid to late round have been looking so far. Flickless has been hard to shift on that B side of the map. Ara something up close and personal this time, a little more than he perhaps bargained for at top mid. Now 3 players in link. Surely GX pop from here.
Well, yeah, they want to re-push. Steel guarded as well. Sen routed, running down mid, but Bang caught up top, so is Zekken.
Confirmation though, as Westside steps in the mid. This is under the effects of Steel Garden, by the way. The classics ring out. I've never seen a better endorsement.
I'll tell you that. They have not gone, you know, come into this game.
They now have to make their way back into B, and if they don't beat the timing, they're in trouble. Now, no one's going to be affected by this Nightfall. Flickless, though, does step in, and the Steel Garden is active this time against GX. Bang with the paranoia. They're going to have to hit this at some point, and Zekken gets in there with the overdrive. A player at top mid on the other side of the smoke, and it's very clear where Flickless was standing. He is hit with that seize, and all of GX now getting mowed down. Coming out of top mid, even at long range, Zekken down to Ara. 3 for him in the round.
Westside site where he's so fantastic at anchoring.
Doesn't see it, doesn't check the corner. Danger abounds. Westside, he takes his opportunity and he converts on it. And there's Bang to fall as well. Perhaps some more dotty vibes, crossing of T's required there for Sentinels. And they have crumbled in a screaming heap.
He is such a stunningly consistent player in scenarios just like that. Playing in anchored position, Zellsis is going to be able to pick up this one, but still, how can they wrangle this back? Time is getting quite low, 30 seconds remaining. Spike,
30 seconds
isolated
left.
top mid. Why not go for it? They have infinite amounts of money right now, but...
There's a haunt, shot out. Phone spotted, now we're going to start spamming, I suspect. Our ults will be able to hold that line down. John is left alone against 4. That wall heavily perforated, the damage starting to come in. An auspicious number of health left here for John. Only 6 seconds left in the round to maintain this weapon. He'll wait for a step up, caught in the seas, decayed to 1. And this year will now trigger, and Sentinels are going to fully commit. So they got 4 players here heading over towards Yard, which is the only left back towards mid. Here's the Nightfall coming through. Narrate deals with Cloud. That's the eventual peak into mid dealt with.
Left.
And some elbow control being assumed now for Zellsis. Slow and steady. There's a relay bot catching on to grubinho. He's struggling in this game. Narrate doubles down. West side out of the picture now. The 4% of the A side's been cleared. And Flickless walks headlong into an up shot.
And it's key for them that they try to exploit some of these lanes in mid, knowing that that pit is in B main. Kill from Cloud, just spam, I believe, yeah.
Might have been off the back of some of that U to lead the way. Zekken now falling. That is mid presence completely neutralized. Now's a peek out from A short. Now where do you go? Sen are running out of options. They did draw the Viper's Pit out onto the B side of the map. Flickless felt like that was an appropriate investment. But elsewhere, there's no penetration here for Sentinels.
GX just do a great job of finding those kills in mid, the only really open lane that Sen had, and now they're going right back into this pit in B main. Zellsis with the
Please
attack.
check that corner this time.
This is something he's been picking up a lot more recently in stage 2.
Okay, they're going to try and seize maybe to clear out. Yeah, this pit. Oh, they've got a catch there, and again, it's grubinho set up on the corner. Pip down though, Flickless inside of it, caught inside to seize, but grubinho nicely done with a recovered operator. Deals with Narrate, and this puts John in an impossible situation.
And just the entirety of the site, Flickless isolated in there with just a shorty.
They still got an out in response, but all this does is really slow Sentinels down. Do they want to imply they've been affected by it? Pull out your secondary.
I mean, that does enough that Flickless does get his gun back in time, ready to fight towards Link. Second,
oh yeah, what? That is a nasty one. grubinho able to cover at least, and now swinging into 2. It's Bang deals with him. Did catch the pocket player with the paranoia. It's shocking to me that there's even a trade. Nicely done for GX, and Zellsis is dug out of position. Traded though, west side off the map. Now player inside elbow, and Sentinels have the pre-plant Viper's Pit in play.
Then caught by that Prowler, knows it's time to just get out of there. This dimensional drift trying to spot players out for Cloud, but with Aura isolated, no value to be found from this ultimate.
What's the play for Aura in this map? Oh, there it is. Prowler tried to get involved, not to be Aura. Flatten Zekken, and now is able to fall back further.
That is Aura going onto that angle late. The attacker beats the timing of the defender in A main, but he's just so fast that it did not matter. That is a display of just the sick reactions that this guy has when he's playing with the AWP.
Now, he's over in that mid position. Gate crashed here after that first pick in A. 3 players of Sentinels here grouped out trying to make their way through short. This is not being actively checked by grubinho. Now the ball comes up at a nice time for them to get on in. Aura now needs to spend a shot, get back through the wall. This is going to get that top mid control over. The Sentinels have struggled to fight for this part of the map. It's been very expensive for them, and they don't really want to force the issue there. Still trending in that A direction one.
They draw a lot of attention towards B. Good paranoia from grubinho will stall things up. For Sen, maybe allow for a rotate timing. Well, rotate is gone now. Westside at least with a pretty swift trade. Sen still need to deal with the anchors here on this site from GX.
And they're still on a clock from that rotation in through mid. It's Cloud with the Guardian now to give a quarterback a good count of himself. And that's grubinho for 2.
It's their last showing on it.
I remember that was Bang had 1 kill at halftime in that game. Naturally for a bit of showing here. grubinho with a classic though. Deals with Zekken with all too much ease. Doesn't even take any damage in that exchange. And that has already opened a possibility. A main now. New Viper ball to keep them at bay, and they're going to step over that. And a Razor Vine there and Flickless.
And there it just walks out into the open angle, and it's left John alone.
As well. John's about to find 2. Surely not more from johnqt. A stunning 3-piece that has now given Sen a chance to come up for air. And Zellsis deals with the spike carrier. A round that felt all but lost there. Salvaged by the captain.
I suppose Narrate feeling like if he goes out, they wouldn't expect John to be behind that box as well. So sacrifices his life. And
yes.
John, he definitely made the most of it.
They never expect the second player to swing alone.
But listen, if there's anyone that could win a 1v2 right now for GX, it is Westside. He is white hot.
Arkrose confirms no presence in the site after the fact Westside has pulled back now, though. Giving his position away. Smoke thrown up here. Bang will be waiting within its depths now. Zellsis already got it to half, and Westside gets off
The Molly for a little bit of stall, and zekken is actually posting up towards that link. Dodges out the paranoia.
All right, in the site, grubinho also TPing across, very much like Lotus here, as those two are able to get a bit further ahead. Into the site. Rotations coming back through. Spawn here for Sentinels, and a position taken up in tower. But remember, these are just stingers, with the exception of Bang's Bulldog.
There was really no opportunity for Sen to flood their players not in position. zekken continually just smoked off. And now on the re-entry, they're going to have to deal with these thorns on the ground.
Yep. And no Steel Garden, no Nightfall, none of that sort of accoutrement, so to speak. In we go. Zekken up first, banged out as johnqt step in. No one to trade there for Ara, but yet it's Narrate with the Sheriff to step up. Cloud, you'd think would be dug out of this corner in a few moments. Economically, this is massive for Sentinels.
Drift allows them to get the plant down, and then they can Nightfall to win out in the post-plant.
Ara in shot there, concealing surely a massive chin. Very chiseled. And beginning with the dimensional drift, and now sees the Nightfall come out. Cloud caught out of that timing. Looks like Ara's going to commit to the site, and is sent packing by Bang, who'll happily occupy this pocket position and play off second where it even needed. Another past that layer of stall util that we're seeing from John here. And you're right, Wyatt, you called it. Nightfall comes on in. They want to fight for this here. Razor Vine already popped out on the side. Zekken is there already. And he has got an overdrive to work with. Straight through the pit he goes. He's ready to the throw down. Spots out grubinho. It's electrified from Zekken. High voltage warning should be on the label for this guy. Not quite the ace, but still, well, it's a show-stopping performance.
Bang cleans this up. 12 rounds for Sen. What
We
a
see
way.
domestically from them. Looks like they've tightened the screws a little bit here. Horn does ping out grubinho. Those stuck inside that corner. Ara's already gone down, and Zekken tries for a flamboyant slide across mid. Sentinels encouraged here to slow the pace down a little. And finally, they've given some mid control over.
And why not go for that if you're zekken?
Here.
At this point, he's feeling himself.
Yeah, just a little bit of confidence. Flickless, unfortunately, peaks into two Sen players who've taken full A main control.
Oh, God!
Spike down A.
Well, Cloud gets onto A. Unfortunately, it's in a body bag, and Narrate slots in 4 to kick off.